Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you all can hear me. I am here. I just was checking on a few things and getting a couple other things done. And every time I do one of these live streams, I realize I need more lighting in here. It is so dark right here. It's just unimaginable, but it is just dark, and I don't like it. So, how are you all doing today? Hope everybody's having a good day. I believe it is Thursday the 21st at around 2:01 Central Time. Oh. I am here, almost not here, almost didn't get here. I had a few people, I was downtown talking to somebody, and they're trying to set me up and doing things, and I told the guy, I said, it's 1:45, I gotta get going. And he said, yeah, just a couple more things, just a few more things. And he had a list of things he wanted to go through. I'm like, sir, that's not a couple of things. That's like 20 different things. Like, this will just take really quick. And, it's like 10-2. I was like, dude, I got to go. See you later. I ran out the door and came back home to do the live stream. And I told him that's what I had to do. And he looked at me and said, live stream, what's that? Like, never mind. I'm not going to explain it to you. I will have to try to explain it to him later on when I meet up with him in a couple of days. Live stream on YouTube, just you're live and you're doing whatever. I guess it's just not too popular up here. It is with a few people I know, but most people up here just don't do the live streams. Most of the people up here don't have time to. I'm just taking time out of my day to get this live stream done. Which is probably only going to be, hello, Gil Garcia, Headstash, Tony, Ghetto, Jeff Ryman, hello. How's the Las Vegas weather today in Nevada? Hope it's warmer than 30 degrees, and hopefully it's not as windy. It is windy here today. It is, should I try to minimize that and not get it back? So I did that a while ago, and I tried to get in my, oh, sure, now it goes. Duh. I'm still getting used to this live streaming on the YouTube thing, the YouTube stream on the YouTube studio. It just showed up now. So it is now just started streaming on YouTube, whereas OBS started recording like 3-4 minutes ago, and now YouTube studio just caught up, and I don't understand. Yeah, it's actually 43 degrees here. And I've got nothing planned here today, guys. It's another uneventful live stream. It's probably only going to be about a half hour, maybe 35 minutes. I don't got that much to say today, so it's mostly what you guys want to talk about is what I'll talk about. But to all the moderators out there, if misbehaving people, you people know the drill. Misbehaving people show up, and if that one person does show up, delete them, get rid of them. I don't want to see them. I don't want to hear them. You guys know what to do. I'm not going to repeat myself. Thing I heard today about Microsoft, and I don't know why, but hopefully this nonsense bull malarkey stops. They're going to start, for people that are not on, or if they have a computer that is not on Windows 11 yet, Home or Pro or whatever version of Windows 11 you want, apparently Microsoft is now going to start sending emails to people that don't. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely stupid, but they're going to start sending emails to the people that don't have Windows 11 to get Windows 11. They're going to start harassing you through your emails any which way that Microsoft can get a hold of you if you don't have Windows 11 yet, well, they're not going to leave you alone. They're going to start harassing you. They're going to start saying, oh, by the way, we noticed you don't have Windows 11. Well, how about going to this wonderful link that we sent you and download Windows 11? My advice on this is you do what you want to do. I'm not looking at chat right now, so I can't tell you what's going on. I'm actually looking at my AccuWeather page. If you want Windows 11, take Windows 11. Don't take this garbage that Microsoft has given you that you have to update to Windows 11. Yeah, you do at the end of this October. Well, we're a long ways from October, so I wouldn't worry about it. Microsoft, you see, they're getting desperate because they're seeing more people follow Windows 10, and Windows 11 is starting to kind of sink lower than they want it to. So Microsoft is trying to urge people that don't have Windows 11 to hurry the H up and get on Windows 11 because they think it's the best thing for you. And I don't know. It's up to you guys. I can't really tell you if it is or not. I have Windows 11 on the bedroom computer. This one here in the living room is still running Windows 10. Although one of these days, I'll probably upgrade it to Windows 11. Just so that I can be, as some people say, practice when I preach. Because when I say you gotta have Windows 11 and I have Windows 10, people are gonna say, yeah, but you have a Windows 10, but you're telling me to get to Windows 11. Well, that's got Windows 11. This one doesn't. I haven't had the time, and I really haven't been interested in upgrading this thing. Yeah, I know. I probably should. Probably in my best interest, but I'm in no hurry. I don't think you should be in a hurry to get Windows 11. I just suggested that at some point between now and October, you should probably get Windows 11 installed. Because Microsoft is obviously to the point of, well, they're not listening to us, so we're going to start harassing them or bugging them 24/7. They're already doing the full screen. I got a phone call about that a couple days ago that this lady is using her computer on Windows 10, and all of a sudden her full screen light shows up with this upgrade to Windows 11 bullcrap, and is there a way to get rid of that? There is. I just don't want to tell you about it. It's a long process. It's never Windows 10, or never. Well, it's from Steve Gibson. He had something for Never 10. Now I think he has something for Never 11. I think. I don't know. I haven't been following the Twitch channel too much anymore. I haven't been watching Steve. I have been watching Leo. The guy I had been watching on YouTube a lot is Chris Titus Tech. He does both Windows and Linux, and not that I would ever use Linux, but it's kind of interesting to see how it works. To kind of see what Linux is and between Windows and Linux, but yeah, that's why I haven't been keeping up on the Windows stuff too much, but through the stuff that I am following and the stuff I am listening to, it sounds like Microsoft's really going to start hammering on people that have Windows 10 and telling them, hey, you got Windows 10, how about you upgrade to Windows 11 today? No, don't do it. You don't need to do it today. They're just asking you to. Other news, other things. Google Chrome fixed 2 security flaws, and then they fixed 2 zero-day exploits. That was in the last Google Chrome update. If any of you have Google Chrome and you haven't updated it yet, because of the 2 zero-day exploits out there, update your Google Chrome. It's usually I ignore this kind of stuff, the security fixes. They're really nothing all that big, but when they've got two 0-day exploits out there, don't wait. Update today. You could wind up getting into some serious issues if these exploits get to your computer and start playing games you don't want it to play. So, update any browser you have. Update it, especially Google Chrome. Google Chrome is always dancing around this problem. These two issues: security fixes and the 0 days, because people are consistently pounding on Google Chrome's door to do 0-day exploits, and Google's patching them as quick as they can. Although next month the same thing will happen again, and they'll do the 0-day exploits and the security fixes. Microsoft has also. I would like someone to explain this to me. I'll get back to chat here in a minute to see what you guys say about it, but Microsoft had their patch update, whatever you call it, last Tuesday or the Tuesday before or the Tuesday before. One of these Tuesdays they did their patch Tuesday or whatever it's called. In this last patch Tuesday update, Copilot disappeared on some computers. Not all, but a few computers lost the Copilot. Microsoft has fixed that error, and you should start. For those that have seen their Copilot go missing, they fixed that after their patch Tuesday went awry. Quite a few things went wrong with this patch last Tuesday. And one of them was the missing Copilot. The app just disappeared off the computer. They have fixed that. So if you don't have Copilot back yet, which I think by now you should, it will come back. They have fixed it. So for any of you that rely on Copilot and you don't have it, give them a couple days. It will return. And I didn't follow up on this, and maybe a few of you out there have. Windows, Microsoft, in other words, they've had this 8-year-old flaw that they're refusing to fix. I think I have a couple of ideas what that is, but in case I'm wrong, I'm not going to mention it. You guys can if you guys know what that is. I just saw it on the computer. It showed up just before the live stream started, and it's like, well, I've got time to study that now. I got a live stream to do. So if any of you guys know what that 8-year-old flaw is that Windows has, fill me in. That's kind of my news. That's kind of the 3 bullet points that I wrote down for today. I wish there was a constant, better way of getting around, and I'm going to get back to chat, see what you guys are saying. These 0-day exploits, they know how to get rid of them. They know how to patch them. But can't they patch them for them not to keep... I don't know. Every time they have the security fixes, it seems like the 0-day exploits seem to show up. I've seen that kind of pattern lately, as those two are related somehow. When they've got security fixes to do, then someone does the 0-day exploits. Well, yeah, not good times. But I've never gotten hit with 0-day exploit, and I don't want to be. It sounds like it would just be a horrible nightmare. Yeah, we're at fuck Jesus. What the hell? I hate this mouse. I really, really do. It just shut my AccuWeather off for no reason. Because I bumped the side button. And whenever I hit the side buttons on the left side of the mouse, apparently it closes your last tab that you were in. So, how am I going to get that back? I don't know. Well, it's up to 44 degrees. So, I guess we are somewhat warm out there. I'll catch up on names here in chat for just a second. Frog SNS, if you go to Windows 11, go to the Enterprise support till... Yeah, I don't... Well, I do mess with the Enterprise a little bit. I don't like to. I let Bob and them guys deal with the Enterprise stuff. I'm not smart to be dealing with Enterprise. Yeah, well... I'm dealing with basic home users working in an office, small home office. I don't see a reason to have the Enterprise. I know why that would be suggested, but I'm not going to take 200-300 people that I are under my service plan, and not 300. I got 200 and 212, 214 people. So I'm not that big. I'm just a small little cube compared to other people in other states that got thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people they deal with. I can't do that. I'm just a one guy, and I don't want to be dealing with that many people. So the 212, 214 that people I've got around Crow Wing County, this is fine for me. I'm not going to be dealing with this Enterprise crap. And hey, Ski Man. I'm glad you made it here. I can just use Windows because of my JAWS and Zoom. Yeah, Ghetto, you're kind of tied into that Windows stuff for the stuff you use. And that's a lot of reasons why a lot of people won't move off of Windows, is because Windows universally will work with whatever people have. You get into some other stuff and you're taking a chance of things just not working right, so... Do I work on legacy devices? Legacy. Yeah, I kind of somewhat, yeah, I do. Legacy, I don't want to work on legacy. I try to keep up to the latest. And lately I've been saying that I'm only going to go back maybe like 4 years, 5 years on computers. The only thing I really want to be doing today is, well, computer building. The newer stuff. I know people have got a pile of old computer stuff, and they say, well, dig through that pile of stuff there and build me a computer that'll work, and I won't do that. I just won't work on old crap. And anything that's older than 5 or 6 years old, take it to somebody else. I'm not interested in dealing with old crap. So do I work on legacy? Yes, I do, to a certain point. Once I hit that point, I cut it off. Say, okay, you need to call this person and that person. They'll work on the old stuff. I'm working on stuff from today. So if that kind of answers your question about legacy. Yes, I do, but I don't want to. I'd rather work on the newer stuff. Newer stuff is less problematic. I won't, I'm not going to deal with someone that's got Windows 7 and want me to rebuild all of its errors and fix all of its errors and do whatever. I'm not into that. I know other people that do, and they can, but I'm just not interested. Not interested. Yeah, very not easy. Yeah. I've done it a couple of times, and I tell you, I shouldn't have gone there during office hours, but I did. And it was an older system. It was probably about 6, maybe 7 years old. And it was one of the last systems they had, because it's gone now. But it had a bunch of errors, and they couldn't get the printers to work, connect to it. And the first thing I asked her, I said, how old is this computer and how old is this printer you're trying to... Oh, we've had it for 6, 7 years. Like, Oh no. Oh no. And I know I break the rules when I do this because you're not supposed to. You kind of look kind of stupid doing it. But while I was trying to make sense out of all, I was texting with Bob. I sent him a picture of the printer. I sent him a picture of the computer, and he said, "Oh yeah, that." So he kind of had to guide me step by step, and I just would look at the ladies sitting over there. They weren't looking at me. I look at my phone, look at Bob's response, like, okay, and I do the next thing. It's like, then go to your gym, and eventually he got me through it. The problem was when we restarted the whole thing went up in flames. I don't know what happened. And eventually he ended up coming over and he said, "Well, whatever I told you wrong because it didn't do what it was supposed to." So even with him working at it, after hours, it was 5:30, quarter to 6. All the ladies had left. He came over and looked at it and took us another hour with him involved to get that whole system up and working right. It was a nightmare. And he says he doesn't know why it did that, but when we got through it, we got it done. As far as a couple of days ago, what was I doing a couple of days ago? Yeah, ripping those wires out. I got a text. I don't have my phone with me, but I got a text. I guess I left a couple of things over there I should have put in the excuse me, shouldn't be yawning. I guess I left a couple of things over there that I need to go back over there and get. So after the live stream, which is gonna be probably we're gonna go to maybe about 2:35, maybe 2:40. I need to get down there and pick some stuff up, and I guess Doug's gonna be there till about 3:15, or one of the guys is gonna be there. So yeah, I gotta go talk to them, see what I forgot. I didn't think I forgot everything, but I got a text this morning saying need to come back over here. Some blue wires on the floor. I'm like, blue wires? Oh, okay, I know what that is. That's yeah, I know what that is, but I guess it's mine now. I guess if CTC doesn't want it. See, CTC, one of our internet and cable providers went over there. They wanted their runners back because I guess many years ago to get better internet in that part of the building, they had a long run of wires that went from east to west, and they went down the wall, and there's that junction box, and then it just kind of spans out from there. They wanted their bracketry thing back. They said, if you can save the bracket thing that wire is attached to, just pull it down with the wires and then just separate everything and set it aside. We'll go back in there some other day and get it. So there are some things I wasn't expecting. I thought it was just going to be me pulling some wires, and next thing I know, CTC's in there, and oh, while you're there, can you do this, that, and this? And like, yeah, I can, but I was just supposed to. Yeah, I guess so. So I ended up pulling out a lot more than I was supposed to because CTC wanted their stuff back. And they said if it's still usable, if it's still up there in one piece, we'd like to have that running bracket thing where they put all the wires in. They wanted it back. I don't know why. Usually they'll take it and put it in a shred for recycling, but so I don't know. I guess I got to go back over there and tidy up a few things. Hello, Ken. I don't know. I don't know if you played golf today. I don't know. It's 2:25 here. I don't know if you got the chance to play golf today, but I don't know. If you were to play golf today up here, you'd be. I mean, it's not. I don't want to say it's cold. And probably for you it wouldn't be, but for me, Brr. I stepped outside in my light jacket, my black one. Yeah, this jacket. This is all I wore outside today. Went downtown, had to go a few errands, and this is all I was wearing today. And I tell you what, I was cold. So, I was wearing my other jacket, or my other shirt, but I was rushed. I was late. I got up late, and whenever I wake up late, that sets off the whole day of me being behind. So I'm somewhat still in catch-up mode. And I don't think I'm ever gonna catch up. Not after I get done with downtown, and then I gotta go over to Northeast. Tidy up a few things over there from. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to. We're doing a bunch of relocating in that small home office. I guess some of them are going upstairs, and there's a couple of stuff from upstairs. They went downstairs in the basement, and then hooked up to the internet, or not internet, their network, their internal network, the intranet. They have the intranet inside the house, and it's not anything from outside. It's confusing, but everything in that house for that office is all internal. It doesn't do anything out external, so it's an intranet instead of internet. I guess I gotta go fix a few things with that, and yeah, just a few odds and ends I gotta do today. Not too many things I want to do, but yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, Ski Man, I saw your comment earlier. I hope you're doing better. Because I know you said you were having a bad day. My day started out bad, but I got up at about 8:05, and I tell you, my whole right side elbow down here was just, oh my god, it was hurting. So I do need to go to the doctor and have them take an X-ray and an MRI of my elbow. The only reason I'm not is because I think they're gonna want to do surgery on it. I don't know what's wrong, but I know from that fall I had from several years ago. I just know that they're gonna take an X-ray and an MRI. It's like, well, you got two bones here that have separated, and you got a crack up here. The only way to fix that is to say they're just I hate the word. I hate saying this word, but surgically fix it. And like, no. I don't know. I guess if they bend and twist my arm bad enough, I'll do the surgery. But hopefully they can stick cortisone or something in there and just kind of glue things back together and get the pain to go away. Because this is my wake up call. Every morning I wake up and I roll over onto this arm like, ouch, ow, ow, ah. Yeah, I need to get it looked at because every time in the morning I just toss around in my bed, and then I roll over onto my right side sometime this morning, and I immediately roll off into the other side because this whole side is just, I can't put any pressure on it because it starts hurting. So I've got to go get it looked at. I just don't want to because I know what they're going to say. Well, the only way to fix this is surgically. Say no. Just get rid of the pain. Make sure I'm not in pain. I'll do fine. I don't want it surgically fixed, but like I said, if they twist my arm hard enough, I'll go into surgery, and then I gotta be in a cast where my arm's like this for 2 or 3 weeks. Like, no. I'll take the cast off and ouch! See, just doing that hurts. Whenever I just straighten out my arm really quick, this whole thing just flares up on me, and it's just, I gotta get it fixed. I gotta get it looked at one of these days. I just don't want to because I know they're gonna probably tell me it's gonna be surgery to fix it. More than likely, I'll just let it go. Unless they tell me it's going to start causing problems like blood clots or something, or other things in my elbow are going to start breaking, then yeah, I'll have the surgery. But if I can live with this, I'll live with it. Unless my doctor tells me, oh, if you don't get surgery on this, it's only going to get worse. And if you think the pain's bad now, wait a couple of months. Well, this has been going on for about 4 or 5 months, so if he says it's gonna get worse, I don't see this getting worse. It's just very aggravating. Anytime I move my arm up like this, yeah, yeah, I gotta get that. I gotta. It's one of those things on my list. It's a thing on my to-do list, but I don't want to do, so I keep skipping over it. It's like, go see doctor about elbow. But that's been on there for about 3 months, and I haven't done it. I know I should, but I'm not going to. One of these days, I will. But if I'm going to go in to get my elbow looked at, they're going to look at my left foot. They're going to look at my left knee. There goes my phone. I'm going to ignore my phone. No, I'm not going to ignore my... God damn it. Excuse me for 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, it's nobody important. It's nobody I thought it would be yet. 2:31. I don't know. I'll try to stretch this into a 45-minute live stream, but my voice is starting to get weary from talking already. Yeah, I do talk, but it's not my favorite thing to do. I'm not one of these people that can just sit here jabber and jabber and jabber and jabber and jabber for 45 minutes straight. I can't do that. Never have been one to do that. I do spurts of 5 to 10 minutes and talking, and then I just zip it. What am I gonna say in closing this whole thing? I'll catch up with chat for a minute. Yeah, well, Josh, your mom's giving you advice, good advice. Yeah, if it hurts, don't do that. The problem I'm having with that whole theory is if it don't hurt, don't fix it. Well, I do my best to ignore it, but this is also a fall that I had on my bike in the wintertime, actually coming down the hill on the side of my building. I hit a patch of ice and I was just going like this, and all of a sudden, bam, down I went, and I full force down on my right side elbow, and ouch. Didn't hurt back then. It didn't hurt for a year or two, 2 years, 2.5 years. Now 3 years later, this is starting to say you might want to have that looked at. Remember 3 years ago? But I do now. Yeah, I remember that day. I got up just as fast as I fell. The second I went down, it boom, I was right back up and got back on my bike and just kept going. It's embarrassing because you got everybody looking. He fell. Like, no, I didn't. See, I screwed up my elbow, and lucky it wasn't my head, but that's why I put my arms out the way I did and came down on my elbow, and ow. I shouldn't have done that, but I did, and I'm paying for it today. Oh yeah, Ski Man, this is going to be surgery. It's going to be the last resort on this. I don't want it to get fixed. If they can give me medication and a cortisone shot in here to get the swelling or something, whatever, to go down, I'm all for it. But yeah, if they have to cut me open, I'll just, more than likely, I'll just tell them I'll live with it. And the doctor will look at me and say, well, how can you sleep at night? Like, well, I've been sleeping like this for 5, 6 months. I just don't sleep as much. Actually, I don't feel. I mean, I do sleep, but probably not as soundly as I should because my mind is aware of this elbow. So whenever I'm rolling around at night when I'm in REM sleep, it's doing whatever I can to avoid me from laying on this elbow. And it has woke me up in the middle of the night. I lay on it, and eventually this whole elbow will start swelling. And then I wake up and it's, oh, I roll back over it. And then by that time I wake, 3:30, 4 o'clock. It'll be almost 7 o'clock before I get back to sleep. And then I've got to get up 8:30, 9 o'clock. I might get a half hour sleep. So I get maybe 4 or 5 hours of sleep at night. That's about it. And it's gonna get worse. And when full blown summer gets here, and yeah, I'm usually out the door at 7 o'clock in the morning and don't get home till 10 o'clock at night. Yeah, I'll be looking forward to those kind of days again. 14, 15-hour days. Yeah, I start work at 7 o'clock in the morning. In fact, I have my papers I need to get written up for my own kind of like timesheet so I can keep track of the time as to when I actually walk out my door and when I walk in my door. That's when I clock in and then I clock myself out. It's usually about 14 hours during the summertime. It'll be that busy, and I don't just do computers. Yeah, I see that. What else do you do? Besides computer work, I do work on mountain bikes. I'm trying to get away from the automotive department. I don't want to do anything with that anymore. I mean, I'll help somebody change the oil. I'll hand them parts, but as far as putting things together or doing, I'd rather not. So, and I don't do house remodeling. That you gotta have a lot of tools and a lot of money for that kind of stuff. So, I just stick to my computers. I stick to my bike stuff, my mountain bike. Still doing well. I'm not doing deliveries yet. In fact, I need to check with them. See if they need another person to help them do deliveries. I'm sure they do, because all their help they get in the winter, and about this time of year, all their help they get leaves. There's a few restaurants downtown that do deliveries. I'll check up with them, see if they have any deliveries, and it'll have to be when I'm in transit from one place to another. I'll swing by there, pick up the bag of food, and drop it off to wherever. So yeah, I'm a mixed bag of between computer repair, the mountain bike stuff, deliveries, pickup and deliveries, and a few other things that I do. It pretty much keeps me busy. There are days when I have nothing to do, and there will be days when I have nothing to do, but I'm hoping to avoid that this summer. I'm hoping I have a jam-packed summer where I have nothing to do from one second to the next. Unless I want nothing to do. And that'll be my choice. I'll wake up in the morning and say, well, do I feel like doing everything today, or I want to do nothing? The thing about self-employment is you get to make that decision. But more than likely, being that I don't like sitting on my butt all the time, I'll usually just open myself up to Crow County and say, whatever you guys need me to do, I'm here. My phone never stops ringing when I do that. Sometimes I regret it. Sometimes I have to call other people because I get too far behind too quickly. So I've got to kind of do some adjustments on that. Maybe scale it back a little bit, not do as much, but yet do as much as I can to stay productively busy. Otherwise, I'm just going to be sitting around all summer and just going to just... I hate doing that, so hopefully I stay busy this summer. Yeah, working anywhere nowadays. Yeah, that's true. And I sometimes get into these bidding wars with people, because that's how a lot of how it's done around this area is people bid on your jobs. You put in your quota of what your cost is going to be for supplies and whatever. And they'll have two other companies come in and they'll give their quota, and then you're putting in a bidding table, and whoever, unfortunately, I don't like it that they do this, but it's the way it's done around universally around the United States. They'll take not the lowest bid, because the lowest bid is dirt cheap and you're not going to get any good quality out of it. Then they come up to me. See, sometimes I'm called because I'm right just next to the lowest bid, which is nothing anybody's going to pay attention to. But there's enough of that going around that I've already got a sheet and a half of paper of stuff that people would like me to get to sometime in May and June. Some of it I may get to, some of it I may have to call somebody else and have them do it. Sometimes I get the lowest bid or the bid that company wants. Or sometimes it takes a business meeting. They'll have their own private business meeting and they'll talk about me and say, well, there's this Rick Lakes that wants to help us get this transition or whatever done. And they'll talk about it. Say, do you think it's a good idea to have them, or should we hire someone from out of town? Or how do you want to do this? And their quickest, easiest option is me, Nate, or Bob. But usually they just don't want to do it, so I'm the only one on the list. Is Rick L. And a lot of times I get called, sometimes I don't. And my computer stuff alone, there's no bidding, there's nothing of that. It's everything else that gets lowest bid wins. But the computer stuff is all my stuff, and I'll do what I have to do to get things done. But anything that involves the city or the city clerk or something, and I'm working actually with the city, they'll take a lowest bid. And sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. Sometimes the guy next to me that didn't have the lowest bid, but maybe someone liked him better than they like me, they'll get it. That's okay with me. I always like having a few days off, but not a lot. Hey, William. Oh, yeah, scheming. That's all it is around here, is just word of mouth. You talk to a group of people, or not you, I talk to a group of people, like 4 or 5 men from wherever. And, and I tell them who I am, I tell them what I do, I give them a list of things that I can do, stuff I'm willing to do. And I'll tell them, you go tell your friends, you go tell your business people, tell your business friends, whoever. Yeah, I did that about 10 years ago, and the word of mouth about me is still going around Crow County. People are still calling me and say, are you Rick Lakes? Do you do this, or this? Like, yeah, I do. And usually they'll have me come out there, or they'll come pick me up. And I know this beginning of next month, I've got a floor to remove. And this guy's, actually, I have to look on the paperwork. I think he wants me to take, basically, his wood flooring out of his living room. All that has to get taken out. That's going to take a good 5 hours just to do that. Then he wants me to take all the tiling, those tiny little square tiles. He's got them in his kitchen. He wants that taken out. That's pretty much going to take a jackhammer to get that stuff out. A light jackhammer. I just have to hammer the top of it just to shatter the tile, because, tile's about that thick. And I'm not going to take a hammer to it and whack at it. I'm just going to take a smaller jackhammer, just make a few places in the kitchen floor just to break it up, and then just take a shoveling hammer and just shovel the rest of it out of there. It's going to be a lot of work. Mainly, that's why I want to get this elbow looked at, because it's all that vigorous doing this all day may just finish off whatever's wrong with my elbow, and then it will take surgery to fix it. I just don't think I'm at the point of surgery now, but being the work that I've got to do in a month or two, I got to get this looked at, because I don't want to do more damage to it. So yeah, there's things that I will do, but the majority of it is computer work. Okay, it is 2:45. No, you won't, Josh. No, you won't. I don't need people calling me every day. Yeah, that's true, William. That's why I take breaks, and that's a lot of times that's why, depending how I'm feeling, depending how my day is going, if I got my day half started and someone calls me in for a day job that's gonna take all day, more than likely, if I don't do it at all, I'll call two or three other of my friends and they'll come with me, and I get paid, and then I gotta pay them. So, but most of the time, uh, I'll have three or four guys over there, and then I won't really do any of the work, but I'll supervise those guys doing it because I'll tell them what to do. And I'll just kind of wander around the place because there's other things I gotta do at that house. Yard pickup and maybe cleaning a few windows and doing whatever. Those guys will be in that kitchen living room area if I decide to do it that way, which more than likely I will. Come to think of it, 'cause that sounds like it's gonna be a lot of painful work, and uh, I know Mike has done that kind of stuff a couple of times before. So, and I called Brian over at the floor and ceiling store. They do carpet, they do tiling, and they not only install the stuff, but they know how to efficiently take it out. So I might just call them to have them go over there and do it, and I'll just be in the area if they need to ask me questions or something. It's not a job I'll take on myself. I'm not that crazy. Um, I'll do some of it. I'll do little bits and pieces like cleanup or whatever. But that's how I mostly do everything. Is if I can't do it myself, and I know it's going to take me longer than the owner or the person, whoever wants me to do that particular job, I'll right there in front of them, I'll time it out. It's like, well, I'll get here like at 9 o'clock. We should have a majority of it done by 11:30. By 2:30, we should be kind of in the final stages, and by 3 o'clock, we should be out of there. If that doesn't match up to where they're happy with it, they're saying, well, does it have to take that long? I'll just jump to Mike, Joe, or whoever, and I'll call those guys and get three or four guys over there. Bada bing, bada boom. They'll have it done in a couple hours, and we're gone. If it's just me doing it, I'll timetable everything and say, well, I'll do this at 11 o'clock. Then at 12 o'clock, I'm going to do that. 1:30, I'm going to be doing this. 3 o'clock, clean up and out the door. Most owners will look at you and say, does that have to take 5.5 hours? If you're wanting just me to do it, yeah. You want me to call a couple of my friends? We'll have that done in 2 hours. Call your friends. Like, all right. So obviously, the story I'm not usually told is they're in a hurry to get it done. Because once they see my schedule of how I'm going to do a one person, and I'm going to take maybe 5 hours to doing it, they'll say, does it have to take that long? But no, it doesn't, but it's going to cost you twice as much if I call them. Well, I don't care about the cost. I care about the time. Like, fine. I'll call everybody over here. We'll have it done in 2.5 hours, and we'll send you the bill later. Most of them will resort back to just me doing it because I'm cheaper. If I have to pay 4 or 5 other people to be with me and doing that, their price just went up. And I have a piece of paper, and well, they've got all the papers. It explains everything that I do by myself, and if I have to have the other guys come with me, substantially the price is going to go up. It's a quicker time, but more labor is involved and more. So I leave it up to them. I don't tell them it's going to be a certain way. I always leave it up to the customer. I have them sign the dotted line saying that they're going to prove it to be that way. And have I ever had that backfire? Oh, yes, most of the time it does. They sign that piece of paper agreeing to how I'm going to do it. Then while I'm in the process of doing that, they completely change their mind. They say, well, I know I said I was going to have it done then, but could we change that for another day? It's like, uh, yes, you can, but uh, where I get hung up the most is office setups. These brand new office setups, and usually the lady owner or the guy owner, or whoever, the owner of that business comes in. And again, I'll go through the sheet of things I'm going to do on a sheet of paper, all printed out. I say, this is about how I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do this. And then I double check everything. Usually they're okay with that. But most of the time, the way Brainerd works is, yeah, they said they wanted it done that way, but could we actually change that and have it done on a different day? So I'm usually in a delay, or I'm on time, or it's not done at all. It's never really done when it's supposed to because I'm always waiting on them. They're all saying, well, let me think about this. It's a nice proposal you gave me, but let me think on it for a couple of days and I'll get back to you. Usually the next day, they call, say, yeah, go for it, get it done. Or, and this rarely happens, but they'll say, no, well, we'll go to somebody else. Find someone out of town or out of state to do it. And I don't really know why they would want to do that. Usually they just go out of town, like down to Little Falls or something. They'll have someone from there come up and do it. They're usually a lot more expensive because of travel time. Well, that's just a short rundown of how I do my business. It's can be fun, but there's a lot of long hours involved. And a lot of times when I'm up against the wall, I run out of time. I gotta have this done at a certain time, but yet on the other side of that, I'm going to be over in Baxter, which is 2 miles from here, 2.5. So, yeah, I'm up against the wall. I gotta stop doing this because I ran out of time because I've got to be over in Baxter doing something else. So, that's how it usually goes. In the meantime, I'm trying not to answer phone calls because people are calling me usually about questions I can't answer or can't answer at that time. They usually want quotas, they want prices, they want this, they want that, and they say, yeah, I'm in the middle of doing something. Can I call you back in about an hour? It's like, I don't got an hour. Can you answer it now? It's like, yeah, I need a secretary. And that means I have to hire somebody to do all that stuff. So it's gonna be a good summer. It's gonna be busy as usual. I'm trying to back it down so I'm not doing as much, but it may work. It may not. Mike asked me the other day, just how much do I want to be doing this summer, or do I actually want to enjoy my summer? Like, well, if I enjoy my summer, it means I ain't getting paid. If I'm getting paid doing something, that doesn't mean I'm enjoying. So I said, yeah, we'll just stick to the same schedule I've had for the last 3 years. And whoever calls me, I'll do what I can when I can, and we'll go from there. But I am trying to slim down my work schedule so I don't have as much to do. And so I can shove these live streams in on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's my biggest snafu that I'm trying to get around. So if I'm on a job at 1 o'clock and I look at the clock and I say, well, I got a live stream starting in ain't gonna that's not gonna happen. I'm trying to avoid that. So that's what I was trying to do today is I have things to do, but I came home here in about 5 minutes. I got to run back out the door. Got to be somewhere else, taking care of somebody else's shenanigans. But in the most time, it works out. This time I was dealing with a few ladies that she understood that I had to be somewhere at 2 o'clock so I could do a live stream. I guess she, out of one out of many other people that do understand what a live stream is. Um, she said that that's fine if you can't get here right away. We'll be here. Well, okay. Um, yeah, I was just surprised earlier when I told those guys earlier before I came home. Said I gotta get home to do a live stream. Like she's like, "What's a live stream?" Like, you're kidding me. What is a live stream? I didn't have time to explain it to him because I told him I had to get going. I said I'll text you later. I'm trying to give you some kind of definition of what a live stream is on YouTube. And then the one guy said, "Well, YouTube, I've heard of that thing. Isn't that where they're just live and they live interaction with the?" I said, "Yeah, part of that. That's what it is." But basically, what I told them, it's live chat is what it is. They ask a question, you can immediately answer it because it's live. The person just asks you that question, you can answer them right back instead of someone asks you a question, then you gotta get out your recording equipment, make a recording of that answer, upload it. When you're live, it's just bada bing, bada boom. The answer is given right then and there, and the guy's like, "Oh, okay. I think I kind of get it." Like, I told him I'll have to show him one of these days exactly what live streaming is on YouTube, so he gets the full picture of it, because he's just gonna continuously ask me questions. What's this live streaming about? Is this something I can do? It's like, if you like being live on camera, well, no, not really. Say then live stream is not for you. 2:57. Oh yeah, Ski Man. I like I said, I will always, unless things just totally get out of whack, I will always do a live stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's what I'm starting to tell people, is that from like 2 to 3 o'clock, I'm not really gonna be here. I'm not gonna really be doing anything. So if I can fit it into my schedule, yes, I'll do a live stream. But there will be days it's just not gonna happen. If I can't get out of there, and I know I can't, then I'll get on my cell phone and I'll say, "Hey guys, I'm stuck here at work. I can't do a live stream." I'll try to make it up again with an upload, that day or the next day. That's exactly why. I think it was Tuesday. I couldn't do a live stream. Maybe I did. I can't remember. This whole week it's just been kind of. Yeah, that's why I skipped Tuesday, because there was just no way I was gonna get it. I was gonna get it done. So that's enough of my jibber jabbering. I don't know if I'm gonna be on Zoom tonight. That's the easier thing for me to break out of, is the live streams at night, because I got a couple things I got to do tonight. I might be on Zoom tonight. I might not be. So I couldn't be there. I might not be there. But just so you're forewarned, I may not be there tonight. A couple things I need to tidy up, fix up, and maybe go talk to a few people about a couple of things. And I think that'll be later tonight. They said around 5 o'clock, but I know what their 5 o'clock is. 5 o'clock means sometime later tonight, we'll get a hold of you. We'll have you come over, and there goes my phone again. That's why I left my phone in there, so I'm not paying attention to it. But I may or may not be there tonight, so don't take it as such a big surprise that I'm not there, because I might not be. No. Means I feel skipping tonight. First attempt utter failure. Yeah, I know about utter failures. I've had plenty of those in my days. But guys, it is 3 o'clock. I think I'm gonna shut down this live stream. I've just kind of been jibber jabbering here about nothing for the last half hour or so. But I got some things I need to go do. I need people to go talk to. I've got places I gotta go and enjoy biking out in windy 46-degree weather. Doesn't sound pleasant, but it's something I'm gonna go do. So I hope all the rest of you have a great, wonderful Thursday. And as again, tonight I may or may not be on the live stream. I don't know. I might be. But do not be surprised if I'm not there, because I'm giving you a fair warning. My schedule for today is not completely written yet. It's one of those days where I got up and I said, it's going to have to be on the fly, because I didn't do what I was supposed to do last night. I was supposed to write this all out and kind of get a schedule written, and I didn't get that done, so... yeah, hope you all have a great day. And I'll catch you guys all next time. All have a good one. Bye for now. Now, how do we go into shutting all this off again? Well...